What is up guys, Brix here, back with week 20 of Building Minas Tirith in Lego. This week I have got loads of progress done, and I've also made a big purchase, unrelated but still kind of related to the Lord of the Rings. So without further ado, make sure to please drop a like and subscribe, as it really does help out the channel. We'll get right into this week's segment. Something I do want to do is fix these wall sections here, because they're 8 studs at the minute and I want to make them 6 studs, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. What I've done is adjusted these were 8 studs wide before, now they're 6 studs, and the same for these here as well. I think they're a nice little bit of detail. I've got 1, 2, 3, and I am going to put one on there as well, but I do need another wall section for here and 3 more down here as well. But these are all one piece, so I'm hoping I'm going to be able to do that for this section, because obviously at the minute they're not connected, but they're connected and they are. So it just gave me a little bit of playability, if you will. I think it was because I needed to get to that room back there that these came apart. So I'm going to be amending those and potentially adjusting this one as well. More progress has been made in this corner. I've actually extended this out here by the 3 studs it originally needed and built that up all the way along there. And I think that is a nice flush joint. You can't really see in there, which is obviously a bonus. And then I'll build the wall up. Even if you look down, you wouldn't see any gaps, even though there is a slight gap, but you're really not going to see it. And over this side, I've done the same. Just needs a little bit more work on the wall. It's not as good of a joint. I think this side looks better, but it's still pretty good. And I've gone all the way along there, and I've added this step with actually a little locator in, because I found somehow Minas Tirith was leaning about half a brick that way. If you know how skyscrapers kind of lean sometimes, that's basically what this was doing. So this here with the black and those row of tiles is actually a locator which is built into this section. So when you connect this bit, it basically locates into there, and that is keeping it square. Although I believe this is loose, whereas this side is actually fixed down. So I need to kind of just add to this wall a little bit, because the wall's going to be about that height there. So I've got room to put supports in and stuff. And then it is an absolute huge project that I'm undergoing. I think this side's looking a lot better than this side. A lot of work still to be done. I still need to colour swap all that from a few weeks ago, come up with a proper design, and obviously build this tower that's going to be going here, and then obviously build this roof as well. So there's a lot to be done up here still, and that roof actually. But I'm liking how it's looking, and not a view we've really seen much of. As you can see, I did take a quick trip to the Lego store. I did get a pick-a-brick box as well. I'll get into that later on. But this is the new Shire set 1035-4, and was quite expensive actually, a little bit out of the budget for Minas Tirith, but I am nearly there, so I thought I'd treat myself to the brand new Lord of the Rings set. So I am going to build that later on in the episode, only a brief bit really. I might do a separate review, I'm not sure, but without further ado, let's get into some progress on Minas Tirith. Short time, I've got that section of walling and this section of walling done as well. I think that's a nice finishing touch on there, with it being a pretty similar height to this as well. It's actually that tile height. I totally did that on purpose. So I think that's looking pretty nice. I think next week or the week after we're going to make a start on this. I think the tree should actually be the last thing that I do in Minas Tirith. I think that'd make like a really nice, I don't know, finale, if you know what I mean. Just kind of adding that tree on there and then panning out, and obviously showing you the rest of the build, because I've still got obviously quite a bit to do down here. I think this should be the main attention, but I just wanted to get that kind of finished off because it's a pretty easy task and I just kept putting it off, which I shouldn't have done really. But I think that angle is super cool. So I forgot to mention, I finally got these last 2 arches in on either side. I still need to do this one. I'm completely out of tile, so I'm not even going to start. But they're actually fastened to the actual build itself rather than to this, because obviously this one is connected to this, but this has nothing to connect to, because obviously that's where the joint is, which is a little bit of a gap. I'm not too sure what's going on there really, because it was fine literally 5 minutes ago and now there's a gap. But I really like how they look. It's pretty good in there. It's a pretty good joint. So I'm happy with how that kind of blends in. So we've got the 3 arches. 1, 2, 3. And if I stand up on my chair over here, I think they look really good. Just a subtle little detail, really, but still, I'm liking how those look. And then, as you can see, I finished building the Shire set, which I'm going to give it a solid 8 out of 10, to be fair. I really like the build. It's obviously inaccurate, like any Lego set is, really. But I like it. I'm glad we've got it. It's something we didn't really have before, obviously, apart from the old one up there at the top, which I built the other day and was really fun. So it's nice to kind of see an updated version of that. So while I was at the Lego store, I did pick up another box of pick-a-bricks. I'm going to quickly show you what I did get in there. But actually, for a change, there is some colour. I got 4 of these just because they'd be cool in like a Star Wars build. A bunch of these pink leaf pieces, and actually these green stem pieces that I think have just come out in the new Shire set, as well as some of these like ferns in the dark green too. And then kind of got the usual some white masonry brick, always useful. Actually, I didn't think they'd have these, but the 2x4 tile I'd literally just run out, so that's helpful. I've got some of these inverted arch pieces, the 1x1, and then some of the 1x4 tile as well. I've got tons of this because obviously I use it for the rail. So that is everything in there. But unfortunately, that does pretty much wrap it up for this week's segment. I think Minas Tirith is looking super awesome and super grand and just really nice. We can kind of get it all in one shot. As I said, it is looking super cool. So hopefully I'm going to make a start on what I said I would next week, like the other side and the top of there. So stay tuned for that. So we're going to head right in to the outro. So I hope you all enjoyed. I'm super happy with my purchase of the Shire. I think that is such a cool set and I'm really happy with how it is. As I said, I'm also really happy with all the progress that I was able to get done this week. I think Minas Tirith is looking really good, and this side particularly is almost finished. There's just the little details I need to add on here and there, and then we'll get started on the other side. So without further ado, make sure to please drop a like and subscribe, as it really does help out the channel, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, guys.